Anthony Joshua will be fighting Otto Wallin on December 23rd, and many pros believe that Anthony's making a mistake fighting Otto. Hasim Rahman definitely believes that this is a trap fight for Anthony Joshua, and he stated, "I don't really understand why Joshua took that fight. That's not really a fight that I think you can look good in. That's one of them trap fights. I'm going to be watching that fight because Wallin is definitely a guy that can make you look bad. I think Joshua will win. I just don't think that it's set up for him to shine." According to Frank Warren, he sees a very clear danger in Otto Wallin, and he stated, "The Olympic champion carries the air of a man with a steely determination to get back where he once belonged. He has responded positively to his Usyk setbacks and kept himself active, waiting for a route back to the top to open up for him. Now there is one, but he faces a clear and present danger in Wallin, who is displaying supreme confidence going into another fight against a top British heavy, with him having fought Tyson Fury in 2019. Wallin is not in this fight to make up the numbers. He is highly ranked and poised to be pushed forward for a world title shot himself. His recent victory over Murat Gassiev reminded people of what he's all about, and the Swede will fancy his chances going into this one. The stakes are incredibly high for both men." Ale Oladipo believes that Anthony will win, but he definitely sees the fact that Otto is a southpaw being a big problem for him.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. He certainly doesn't. And I will say this though, he's never going to fight a southpaw better than he fought Alexander Usyk, and I thought he looks a lot better, AJ, in the second fight. So if you're AJ, you're thinking you're not Usyk. Do you know what I mean? You're not that. You're okay. And maybe Otto Wallin lived for a while on the Fury fight, but he's coming off a good Gassiev win. I back AJ to beat anyone not named Fury and Usyk. So he should be, regardless if it's a southpaw, AJ should be beating Otto Wallin. But I don't know. I feel like maybe they should look down the Agit Kabayel route first, and maybe see Otto Wallin and go around that guy and onto someone else. But look, I want to see AJ fight again. AJ wants to fight again. Saudi have obviously put a big money offer in. If it's Otto Wallin, it's Otto Wallin.
Roy Jones Jr. also thinks that Anthony can come away with the win, but he worries about his chances if he's not prepared for a fighter like Otto. Roy stated, "Wallin is also a good fighter, but AJ's got another gear in him that Wallin may not have. I haven't seen enough from Wallin to suggest that he can beat AJ. I don't think Wallin is a banana skin. I think if Joshua comes prepared, he'll be okay, but if he doesn't come prepared, then there's a problem, like when Fury didn't come prepared for Ngannou, but I am expecting Joshua to deal with Wallin." Dimitri Salita shared his opinion on how he thinks Otto could beat Anthony, and he stated, "I believe Anthony Joshua is an intelligent and smart guy, and his boxing IQ is very high, and he's very knowledgeable in the sport and in the ring for when it's happening in front of him. Otto's keys to victory are to keep a high pace and not allow Anthony to take breaks and offset him from landing power punches. Otto sometimes can rest and lay on the ropes and measure guys, but I don't think that's the best strategy for Otto. A lot of great fighters take the first round to take in data, the speed, the footwork, and it's like a high-functioning computer. And then you process in the minute between rounds, and the next round you see elite fighters a lot different in the second round compared to the first, so I think both fighters will be aggressively careful in the first round. There's a lot riding on the fight for both. Anthony Joshua wants to fight Deontay Wilder, but if Otto wins, he'll slide in and establish himself as a true elite heavyweight. Saul Dakers definitely sees Otto Wallin as a tricky opponent for Anthony Joshua.
Try and outrun me, you know what I mean? But we just have to see as it goes, to be honest.
Final thoughts, potential of Anthony Joshua versus Otto Wallin. Good fight, do you feel?
Yeah, interesting one. You know, Wallin's quite tricky. I feel Joshua probably feel like, you know, he's beat him in the amateurs. Probably feels like he's got the better of him. So interesting one, just to see. It'll help you see where they're both at. You know, Wallin will kick on from it, or whether Joshua is still at the level that he was.
George Groves thinks that Otto is a trick fight for Joshua as well, and he thinks that Anthony will have trouble against another southpaw. George stated, Otto Wallin might be a tricky, tough fight. Usyk was a tricky character, and maybe Otto Wallin, another southpaw, could be a tricky fight. I can't see anything apart from a Joshua win, but you never know. Eddie Hearn tried to defend Anthony and his ability to fight other southpaws, and he has all the confidence in the world that Anthony can handle Otto. Otto. Eddie stated, when we say he has an issue with a Southpaw, he had an issue with Alexander Usyk, who is a pound for pound, maybe number 1. But Wallin's good. They've sparred rounds before. AJ beat him in the amateurs. It's a long time ago, yeah, but really, ideally, you don't really want to be fighting a Southpaw. But you should be dealing with Otto Wallin. We have enough faith in AJ's ability to take that fight, win that fight, but it will be tricky, and he has to be aggressive in that fight. I believe he will stop him. Darren Barker believes that Anthony will make it through the fight okay, but he definitely sees some scary moments for him against someone like Otto Wallin.
Yeah, in the later rounds.
Yeah, look, do you know what? I don't know. I've said this before, that in some weird way, AJ's a harder fighter to beat now. Definitely not as exciting as which some people are unhappy about, but look at the way he finished Hellenius. It was a bit nip and tuck, but he hardly got caught with much. He's keeping things at range, using his hand speed and his boxing know-how, but a lot more thought in his work. I miss the old AJ way of fighting, if I'm honest, but I think as an opponent could be more difficult to beat. I think he gets the job done. I think he's going to have to come through some scary moments, perhaps. It may be a bit of a chess match at times, but I feel like he'll get through it.
Deontay Wilder has his own big fight on that same night, but he wants Otto to beat Anthony so he can set up another super fight. Deontay stated, Otto Wallin has got a huge chance to upset the fight. Everyone has got a chance. It depends what dog they bring to the fight and how hungry he is on the night. Even Parker, he has a great deal of a chance. No matter how hard I hit or what I possess, he has as much chance as I, because I still have to perform and bring my training and preparation. What's at stake for me in this fight is reputation, but we have some big plans moving forward. I know a lot of people are anticipating the biggest fight in world boxing between me and Anthony Joshua. That could be on the line in this fight. That's the biggest thing of all on the line, because I want to go into that fight with a win, and I also want him to come into this fight with a win, because it will make the fight much better than if either one of us were to lose. That might jeopardize the fight and lose the interest of the fans, but I don't want to worry about that. My focus is solely on Joseph Parker. Jarrell Miller really thinks that Anthony has made a mistake in picking Otto Wallin, and Jarrell stated, I feel honestly that AJ might have made a mistake with picking Otto Wallin. Even though Otto Wallin's not a one-punch knockout kind of guy, he is durable, he comes to fight, he's not a quitter, and it's going to be a tough fight for AJ. I don't think that it's going to be easy at all. The mental mind state that AJ has, is he going to hold up? When he fights in the UK, he has a little more oomph in his step a little bit. But when he fights outside of the UK, we don't get the same fiery person. The playing ground is going to be a little bit more even out in Saudi. I wish all of the luck to Otto Wallin. I want to really be the one to knock out AJ, but may the best man win. It is what it is. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.